Getting sued, injuring others, getting disabled, these are all terrible events that seem unlikely, but actually happen more often than you think. In this video, I will share 3 types of insurance that you're probably forgetting and that you may want to consider getting in order to protect your hard-earned money. Now, I'm not an insurance agent and I'm not here to upsell you. Our firm actually does not sell any insurance products, so I'm just here looking out for you. So here we go. The first type of insurance that you might be forgetting is long-term disability insurance. If a truck slams into my car and I can no longer perform my job as a financial planner, my long-term disability insurance will kick in and pay me a certain percentage of my salary. I actually remember this scene from a comedy movie about this guy who got into this terrible accident, had a bunch of needles stuck all over his body, can no longer move. His line was like, "This is the best thing that ever happened to me," because he no longer needs to work and will just get these monthly disability payments. So everybody knows the need for life insurance, but actually the chance of getting a disability is greater than the chance of an untimely death. Now, before you go shopping for long-term disability insurance, check with your employer first. Check your employee benefits, because a lot of companies and nonprofits or the government, state or federal, might be offering you long-term or short-term disability benefits. Typically, it ranges from 50 or 60% of your salary. Short-term disability covers you for around 3 to 6 months, and in my experience, usually mothers after they give birth are typically qualified. You can check your HR if you can get short-term disability insurance for that. But the more important thing really is long-term disability insurance coverage, which might cover you depending on the policy for 5, 10, 15 years or until the age of retirement. Now, some advisors might try to upsell you to get long-term disability insurance. So check with your employer first. If you already have coverage through your company or your nonprofit organization, then you might not need an additional one. But if you don't, then it might make sense to look into this. How much do long-term disability insurance policies cost? It really depends on your situation. Costs are usually higher the older we get, and it's also higher for women. How long do you need it for? As long as we're working, we would need this insurance policy. And if you're wondering, I personally pay around $62 a month to get around $5,100 in long-term disability benefits. The second type of insurance that you might be forgetting is renter's insurance. Parks and Recreation, Parks and Rec, is one of my favorite TV series of all time. So I actually still remember a scene, I think it was from the season finale, where Andy and April were saying how they already feel like mature adults because they just got renter's insurance. So let me know in the comment section if you actually remember that scene. So why is it important to have renter's insurance? Well, if you have a dinner party, you host your friends or your family members, one of your guests drinks alcohol, drives under the influence, gets arrested, his or her parents can sue you for that. And your renter's insurance, if you have one, can help cover you for liability damages. If your dog runs out of your house and bites your neighbor, your renter's insurance can help cover you for that. Interestingly, this literally happened to me when I was growing up. I was riding my bike on the street and there were other kids in the area, but Rex came after me, bit my leg. It actually took them a while before they could get Rex's jaw out of my leg. But anyway, if my parents decided to sue my neighbor back then the renter's insurance policy will kick in. So usually it costs around $200 or $250 a year to get around $300,000 in liability coverage inside a renter's insurance policy. The third type of insurance that you might be forgetting is umbrella insurance. Why do we need this? If your daughter gets into a fight at school, punches another girl, and that girl breaks her nose, the parents can sue you. If you prepare extra sandwiches for your son's field trip and the other students eat it and get food poisoning, their parents can sue you. If you're backing up your car and you hit a child, the child's parents are not going to sue you for $100,000, right? They're going to sue you for everything that you've got. So usually these types of events, either your auto insurance or your renters or homeowners insurance liability coverage will kick in, but sometimes it's not enough. So that's when the umbrella policy will kick in and cover you for like $1 million or $2 million, depending on your policy. Now, usually it only costs maybe less than $200 a year to get $1 million in umbrella liability insurance policy. Now, since we're already talking about unfortunate events and how to protect us from those, we might as well talk about the event of our untimely demise. Watch our next video on why do you need a will and how to go about doing so.